We're talking about science, and I'm going to talk about a friend that I've never known called Whittaker. Whittaker did a very extensive documentation of the theory and application of the ether and all of the theories that were currently at that present moment, which was a while ago, understood about the ether. Now there have been many minds since then which have created different formulas, different theories, and if you're not familiar, the ether is the understanding that there is space and time, but space and time are both permutations or altercations of the ether. And the ether is a field beyond space and time, which does create impulses and changes in space and time that we perceive. Currently, we only perceive things in space and time, right? Our senses allow us to perceive changes in space and time. We notice time changing despite the fact that we're living the same moment, and we notice changes in distance despite us that is living this experience is part of the same experience that we may be moving through. The importance of the ether is in creating a unified field theory, in creating an understanding of how all these different forces and all these different components of physics fit together. Now, Einstein believed in the ether, Newton believed in the ether, Tesla was very, very, very strongly in support of the ether, but most of this has been suppressed in our current understanding and our current view, and now all these other very ether-like perceptions or modalities have occurred, like quantum string theory and quantum physics. It's important to recognize that all of these names, all this physics, it's always trying to describe the same thing. That one thing has an effect regardless of whether the time or space between it is different or not. This experience has been happening since way before me, and way before Tesla, and way before any of these individuals, way before Plato, way before Aristotle even started to think upon it. But it's still been acting in the same way. It's still been propagating in the same way. So we have to understand, to determine the properties of this ether will unlock the doors for all of the inventions that we may want to come into contact with. All of the possibilities that are currently there are formulations of understanding how to use this ether. So I highly suggest, if you're interested in science, go look up Whittaker's theories of the ether and really study it and see what you draw from it, what new conclusions you can come to from your own life, and find ways to apply it, because there's always new ways to discover, there's always new technologies to develop, especially if you are following the footsteps of those that have done in-depth research. This has been another episode of Callouts. My call-out to Whittaker, and I'd like to say a big thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.